They are used for distributed log tracing. They are used for distributed log tracing. Distributed log tracing. Got it? Right. Right. When your microservices are running, one service will interact with another service. So which service is taking more time to respond, which service is failing to respond, those details we can understand by using that distributed log tracing. By using the distributed log tracing. Jipkin is the server. Jipkin is the server. By using that we can monitor all the information about our services. Jipkin is the server. By using that, Jipkin provided a user interface for us. Jipkin is providing a user interface for us. By using that user interface, we can monitor all the details. Are you guys clear with my point? Are you guys clear with my point? Very good. Very good. Fine. Yeah, I'm not sharing the screen, guys. So today I want to take up your doubts. If anybody having a doubt, please raise your hand. I want to clarify those doubts today. Can you please raise your hand if you have any doubt? Can you guys please respond if you have any doubt? Yeah. Jitendra Singh, what is your doubt, sir?
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, hi Jitendra. Very good evening, sir.
Sir, I have performed this last program which I have told Jipkin server, but it is not registering the service.
I mean, your REST API is not registering with the Jipkin service, huh? Jipkin
Yes,
server,
sir.
huh?
Yes, sir, yes.
So did you run your Jipkin server?
Yes.
It is running on the, are you able to open the Jipkin dashboard?
Yes, sir.
Now, did you add the Jipkin dependency in the pom.xml?
I added that, but it is named as Jipkin client.
It is named as a Jipkin client, huh? Maybe there is a issue with the version number. Okay, I will do one thing. I will give you that project. Please compare that project with my project. What is the version that I have used and what is the version that you have, so that you can understand.
Okay. Sir, I have also compared the dependency that in the dependency there is in my dependency there is written something.
What they have written?
Some changes, only some changes.
Okay. Yeah, that is what I'm sharing you this workspace examples now. You just compare the dependency and try it once. If it is not working, then I will look into that issue.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So maybe there is some problem with the version number. Okay. You
sir.
try with this version which I am giving now. So if it is not resolved, then we will look into that issue.
Okay, sir.
Very good, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, next one, Srikanth Josh. Srikanth Josh.
Actually, we were deploying our application to server, right?
Srikanth, your voice is little bit resound is coming, man.
Now is it okay?
Yeah, it's okay now.
Actually, we were deploying our application to server, right?
Yes, right.
So currently, when we are discussing about a ribbon, that is each request is going to particular with respect to different servers, right?
Yeah.
While discussing ribbon and thin client concepts.
Yep.
So I want at a time I want I want to process the request for 2 requests at a time. Is that there is any possibility?
First of all, I did not understand your question, Srikanth.
We were deploying our application into server, right?
We are deploying our application into server. If there is a ribbon, the load balancing is happening,
right? So basically, my question was, I need to see. I will use threading concept. So I will give one request. At the same time, I will give one more request. So will server handle? Will server? Just we are using Tomcat server right now.
It can handle, sir. It can handle, no problem. If you send 100 requests, also server can handle those requests, no problem. Okay. Because your Tomcat server is already implemented with multi-threading. Because you are accessing Facebook, I am accessing Facebook, somebody accessing Facebook. So many users are accessing the Facebook server at a time. Facebook is running in one server. How the server is taking all these user requests and processing at a time? That means the servers are already implemented with multi-threading.
Okay, can we manipulate that requests from server?
You cannot. The server is the default behavior. If you want to manipulate, then you have to develop your own server.
Okay, sure. Thanks.
Got it. Next, N. Rajesh. What is your doubt, N. Rajesh?
Yeah, good night, sir.
Good night. Yeah, tell me.
Jipkin జార్ డౌన్లోడ్ చేశాను సార్, కానీ దాన్ని ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేస్తే వర్క్ అవ్వట్లేదు.
ఏమంటుంది?
ఎక్సెప్షన్ వస్తుంది.
జావా ఇన్స్టాల్ అయ్యిందా మీ సిస్టమ్ లో?
అయింది సార్.
What exception you are getting? Can you send me the screenshot?
1 minute సార్. అండ్ STS టూల్ కూడా కొంచెం ప్రాబ్లమే సార్. నాది 11 కంటే 1.8 వర్షన్ యాక్సెప్ట్ చేయకుండా JDK. సో దానివల్ల కూడా కొన్ని మీరు ఇచ్చే వర్షన్స్ తో మేనేజ్ అవ్వట్లేదు STS టూల్.
STS నేను ఒకసారి మీకు 3.9 సాఫ్ట్వేర్ పంపించాను అనుకుంటానే, పంపించలేదా నేను?
లేదు
నేను పంపిస్తానండి. 3.9 సాఫ్ట్వేర్ నేను గ్రూప్ లో పెడతాను STS ది. Okay? I will share it. You can use that one. Yeah. Satyanarayana Kosari. What is your doubt?
Hi sir. This is
Hello.
Satya.
Yeah, hi Satya. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Tell me, sir.
Yeah, actually, here ribbon concept is implemented defaultly, right, in the microservices in Spring Boot. So, is there any other load balance technique is there?
From the Spring Cloud standpoint, we have only ribbon.
Okay.
If you go for AWS, AWS will provide you its own load balancer.
Okay.
So now this ribbon, which is given by the free ribbon, which is given by Spring Cloud. Tomorrow, when you go for AWS to deploy your project, then AWS will provide you one load balancer. In the real time, we will use that AWS load balancer only.
Any other configuration we require to do?
No, from the code standpoint, we no need to do any configuration because it's completely server side. There is nothing we need to deal in the programming.
Yeah. Actually, when we are using the Fin client, right? So in console we are getting some round robin techniques while distributing the request to multiple.
Every request it is giving to one server. By using round robin algorithm, it is distributing the traffic. Yes, you are right.
Yeah, and one more thing, sir. Actually, can you give some details regarding real-time servers and real-time clouds you are using in your project, so that
AWS, right? AWS deployment I have not shown you people as of now. I will show you one day.
Yeah.
Sure. AWS deployment I will show you. I will show you the AWS deployment with load balancing. Okay. Fine. Very good. Yeah, next one, Subramaniam Ramasani. What is your doubt, Subramaniam?
Yeah, hi sir. Good evening.
Very good evening, sir.
Yeah, my doubt is my current project is built on existing microservices, sir.
Okay.
With the help of that microservices, I need to fetch the data from that Postgres DB to Couchbase database. Could you please suggest any suggestion?
No. First of all, let me understand your requirement. You have data in the PostgreSQL.
Yes.
That is one database.
Yes.
PostgreSQL. This is a database where you have the data.
Yeah.
Now, what you want to do?
That data fetch that data to push into Couchbase database.
Okay.
Yeah.
You need to you have another database called Couchbase database.
Yes.
Now you need to read the data from the PostgreSQL and you need to push into Couchbase.
Yes.
Here you need to develop one REST API.
Okay.
Is my understanding correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here your REST API should act as a mediator. Your REST API should communicate with the PostgreSQL and read the data, and then it should store the data into Couchbase database. This is what you need to do.
Here we have already existing APIs.
Where existing API is there?
Yeah.
No. Where is the existing API?
Connecting with Postgres already.
Connecting with the PostgreSQL, already you have the API.
Yeah.
Then what is your task here?
Here my task is to communicate with the APIs to store the data into Couchbase.
And I'm not understanding you very good. Do you need to develop this API completely, or you have to make some changes in the existing API?
No, sir. There is already existing APIs and the Postgres connected.
Okay. Now what you have to do?
We are developing one mobile application.
Mm-hmm. So okay. Let me keep it in this way. So this thing is already available that you are saying.
Yeah.
Database is one. Let me give the number as a 1 for the database. Give me the REST API as a number 2. Number 1, step 2 already done, already available.
Yes.
Now you need to develop one more API, right? You need to develop one more API, and you need to take the data. You need to interact with this REST API. You need to get the data from this REST API, and your REST API should push the data into Couchbase. Is that right?
Yeah. Yes.
This is your API.
We need to develop the like you are saying, right? Client logic we have to write.
You need to develop one REST API. In this REST API, you need to develop the client logic to access this REST API, which will get the data from the PostgreSQL. They have already exposed one API for you. You need to consume the API and get the data. Whatever the data you get from this API, you push that data into Couchbase database. That is what you need to do.
Okay. Thank you.
Good. Yeah, next one. Who else having the doubt? Can you raise your hand, guys? Dayamai, what is your doubt? Hello, Dayamai.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hello, madam.
Hello.
Yeah,
Yes,
tell.
sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, sir. Sir, do we have any concept of filters in API gateway, sir?
Yes, you can write customized filter. By default, there is no filter available. You can write your own filter. Suppose if you see here, API gateway filter. API gateway filters. Joule API gateway filters example. If you see routing and filtering, Joule API gateway pattern, modifying the response body in the Joule filter. Okay, there are some filters that you can develop according to your requirement. For example, whenever a request comes, that you want to check in that request particular header is coming or not. In that request particular header is coming or not, like that you can write one filter. You can check that response. You can check when in the request particular header is available or not. If that header is available, then only process the request. Otherwise, don't process the request. Or else, you can write a filter where you can add some additional data to the response that you are sending from your API. Like that, you can write your own filters. Predefined filters are not there. You have to write your own filter as per your requirement. Got it?
But sir, in like this is one of the interview questions, sir. So in interview they asked me, we have 4 types of filters like pre-filter, error filter, route filter.
Pre-filter, error filter, route filter, post filter will be available. Pre-filter means whenever the request comes, what logic you want to execute, for that you develop a pre-filter. Route filter means whenever a request comes, to which service you want to route the request, route filter will be there. Error filter, whenever some exception occurred, then what you want to do with that. Post filter means once the request processing is completed, when you are sending the response, if you want to customize the response, then you can go for that. So those interfaces will be available: pre-filter, post-filter, route filter, exception filter. By implementing those interfaces, you have to write your own logic. Here if you see, they are writing one method, modifying the response body. This is post-filter. In this, what they are doing, they are getting the response stream, response body they are getting. In the response body, they are modifying some details. That's writing the logging and they are setting some additional data in the response. They are modifying the response body. Similarly, we can modify the request body by using pre-filter. Pre-filter, post-filter, route filter, error filter. Yes, 4 filters. You have to implement them according to your requirement. Got it?
And one more question, sir. Yeah, this is also one of the interview questions, sir. We are having 3 services. So the first service, when the request comes to the first service, that after failing of the first service, then only it should go to the next service. Like next service need to be executed.
Okay, so you have your service 1, you have your service 2, you have your service 3. 3 services are available. The request is coming to first service, that you are saying.
Yes, sir.
If the request is failed, then only request should go to second service.
Yes, sir.
Now, here I have some question. If when every request is failed, do you need to go to second service, or you need to go for some pattern? If 3 requests failed, then only go for the second service for some time, like a circuit breaker pattern is there, na?
Yes.
Do you want that kind of implementation, or do you want a try-catch kind of implementation? Try-catch means when the request processing failed in the first service, directly in the catch block, I will access the second API.
Okay.
So whenever they ask that kind of question, you need to ask the reverse question. Do you want me to access the second API for every failure? Or do you want me to access the second API when 5 requests are failed? Or when some n number of requests are failed, do you want me to access? Or for every failure, do you want me to access the second API? So if you ask that counter question, then they will give you the correct scenario. Then you can give the correct answer. You understand my point now?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next, guys. Anyone else having the questions? Amit Gatagi. Yeah. Hi, Amit.
Hi, sir. Hi, sir.
Hi, Amit. Tell me, what's your question?
I don't have any questions, sir, but just let you know that I have got selected in, 8 companies, and because of our class. So thank you for that, sir.
8 companies you got selected. Wow, Superman. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, sir. And I got 19.80 lakhs of package.
19 lakhs package. Wow, super.
Yeah. But I'm so confused, sir, to join which company. Means I have Genpact, IBM, Wipro. So I'm confused.
Genpact, IBM, Wipro. Okay,
Yeah.
choose among IBM or Wipro.
Okay. Cinecron is also there, sir.
सिनिक्रॉन को मत जाओ भाई, बिकॉज सिनिक्रॉन ना वो आउटसोर्सिंग का दूसरा क्लाइंट को देते हैं वो लोग.
Okay.
उसका खुद का डेवलपमेंट सेंटर बहुत कम होता है.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. How many years experience you have, Amit?
5 years, sir.
5 years experience you have.
Yeah.
Good job, Amit. How many interviews you attended?
Almost 13, 14, 15, I guess.
15 interviews you attended. 8 offers you got.
Yes.
Super, sir. Super, Amit. So just write one feedback message for us so that we'll give you your poster.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Thanks,
Yeah.
man.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, hi, sir. Who's this?
Yeah, Rajesh sir.
Yeah, hi, Rajesh.
Yeah, sir. I also attending interviews.
Okay.
But I'm a 1 year. I have only 1 year experience.
Okay.
I came to 3 years as a faker.
Okay. Uh-huh.
So, but I'm trying to clear the interview. There, I'm every interview they have taken up to 1 hour time. But they
Okay.
are not even replying me regarding whether I am selected or proceeded further like that.
Okay.
What is the reason?
Sir, maybe whatever the answers that you are giving, they are, they are not getting that confidence on your answers. Whenever you are explaining how you are explaining that matters, na? Maybe they are not feeling like you are having 3 years experience. Your explanation is not giving the comfort level for them to believe that you are having 3 years experience. So you should be more clear and confident when you are giving the answers. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, that we need to work on it.
And sir, if possible, can you provide the interview questions regarding this Springboard and
Sure, sir. We are preparing those questions. I will share, ma'am.
Yes, sir. If as early as possible, I will try. Will try to.
Sure. Will do.
Yes.
Okay, sure, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, next one.
Hi, sir.
Yeah, hi, sir. Tell me.
Sir, how can I give dynamic port numbers?
Dynamic port number that you need to give run as run configurations. Whenever you right click on the project, na?
I know, sir, that I given same answer in the interview also, but they are not accepting.
What they are asking?
How can I give dynamic port numbers? So I told give a VM arguments. I can provide.
Yeah, you can give the VM argument.
But he is not accepting, sir. In real time, how can I give?
In the real time, your project will be deployed from the Jenkins, na? You can pass that whatever that VM argument is there, na? We will read that from the Jenkins, and that Jenkins is going to execute your jar file. So for that jar file, now let me show you this. When you are running this program, from the IDE, you will right click on the program project and you will give it. But in the real time, what will happen? Here, suppose for example, your Spring Boot application is available. For example, your application is irctc api.jar. This is your application, you want to execute it. How you will execute the jar file generally? Java space -jar space jar file name, right? Am I right?
Yes.
Now, if you want to supply a VM argument for your program, then you can go for Java space -jar space -d server.port is equal to some value space jar file name. Like this, you can supply a VM argument for the Java command. Okay? So now who is going to execute this jar file in the real time? Jenkins will execute this jar file. That means in the Jenkins, we will write a script to execute this command. Then Jenkins will execute that script. That script will execute your jar file. Like this, you can supply the dynamic port. If you are not executing your project from the IDE, whenever you are doing the development, you will execute your project from the IDE. At the time of executing from the IDE, right click on the project and run as run configuration, give the port number as a VM argument. But once your coding is completed, you will push the code to GitHub. DevOps people will take your code and they will execute by using Jenkins. In the Jenkins, they will write a command like this to execute your program. Got it?
Okay.
Yeah. This is how we can give that.
Ashok, through Maven also we can give, right? Through Maven also we can give different ports, right?
Maven is used for compilation. Maven will help you till jar creation.
Okay.
Maven is a build tool. It will compile your classes and it will create a jar file for your project. After the jar file is created, you need to execute the jar file by using Java command only. Okay? Fine.
Yeah. And one more question, sir. In the interview, they are asking, tell me some methods in the API gateway.
Tell me some methods in the API gateway. Yeah. So in the Joule API gateway that we are writing, as of now, in our project, we have just created API gateway with the routings in the YML. Okay. If you want to apply a filter, then you need to implement the user-defined interfaces. The predefined interfaces available in the API gateway, like pre-filter, post-filter. Someone, Dayamani asked a question, what are the filters? API filters we need to implement. Okay, now, so if you go for API gateway filters, run method will be available. API gateway filter in Spring Cloud. So writing custom Spring Cloud gateway filters, Spring Cloud gateway, Spring Cloud API gateway with the filter, security and circuit breaker. So you can see here. You need to implement those interfaces, then you need to override that method. Here they have added Spring Cloud Starter Gateway, YML file, routings they have configured. Yeah. Gateway filter apply method they are writing. Apply is one method for the configuration.
Sir, I'm not able to see anything.
Oh, you are not able to see my screen. Yeah, you see here, sir. So this is API Gateway Filter project. In that they have added the gateway dependency. They are writing the configuration for that. Eureka server URL. They registered our project with the Eureka server and they have configured routings here. They have configured routings. Then they are implementing a filter, gateway filter with apply method. Inside account pre-filter, apply method is available. Write a configuration in the Java configuration file, route method is available. So which filter, which interface that you are implementing, based on that method you need to explain. These are the custom filters. If you have a requirement, whenever you have a API here, you have a REST API here. For this REST API, a request is coming. A request is coming for this REST API. And this REST API is sending some response. If you want to modify some request data, whatever the request you are getting for your API, if you want to customize that, then you need to go for pre-filter. After request is processing by your API, you are sending some response. If you want to customize that response, then you need to go for post-filter. You have to implement that. Whenever some exceptions occurs in your API, then you want to handle that exception. For that you will write error filter, exception filter or error filter. And inside this API, you need to write some routings. Route filter will be available. Route filter will be available. Like this, you need to override these interfaces. Pre, post, error, route. These 4 activities that we can do in our API gateway project. All the remaining APIs will be available here. API gateway will act as a front gate for all these APIs. If you want any customization of the request, then you can do all those things here. Suppose whenever a request comes, in the request header, if some token is available, then only I want to process. That you can check as a pre-filter. Whenever a request comes, I want to route that request to particular API based on some URL pattern. Then you can write your own route filter. We have configured that in the YML. You can do that through the programming also. Now, after our API got executed, when the response is sending from our API, you want to add some additional content to the response. You want to modify the response body before sending to the client. Then you can do that modification by using that post filter. These all are the customizations that you can do as per business requirement. Got it?
Yes, sir. And sir, if I say I'm using a Joule proxy, they are seeing as a fake. They are considering as a fake person.
Yes, sir. Joule proxy is a open source. It is a Spring Cloud open source API. Why they are considering as a fake? Some projects, some real-time projects will use Joule only. No. Based on Joule, if you are using Joule, they should not consider that you are a fake. In my project, in my company, one of the project is using Joule. Real project only. So no, that's not. He cannot come to such kind of conclusion. Okay.
Yeah. And sir, one more question. How can I create the jar for Angular project?
Angular project jar. For Angular project, you cannot create the jar file, man. Angular project you will build, you will get a dist folder. That dist folder you need to keep in the Spring Boot resources folder. Then you need to create the jar. I will show you. Angular integration is our pending topic only, na? Angular integration is our pending topic. I will show you that.
Okay.
For Angular, you cannot create the jar. Angular project, you will do the build. It will give you one production ready folder. Dist folder it will give you. That dist folder you will keep in your Spring Boot project. For the Spring Boot project, you will create the jar. Okay?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And one more question, sir. If I get some 10,000 records of entity list, so in my service IMPL, every record I'm iterating and setting to my response Pojo class.
Okay.
So I think it is reducing my performance.
Yes, right, sir. Generally, now you need to think as an architect here. Do you really need to retrieve 10,000 records from the table? Why don't you go for a pagination? First of all, what is the requirement? Why are you retrieving the 10,000 records? Why are you retrieving the 10,000 records? Come on.
Yeah, I want to see all the employees list in my organization. So I need to get all the.
If you have that business requirement, then you have to retrieve the records and you have to iterate. There is no option. Okay. Now, whenever you are retrieving all the 10,000 records, are you going to display all the 10,000 records in a single page? No, no. Per page you will display only 10 records or 20 records. Like in the Google, you want to see Java interview questions in the Google. Yes or no? You want to check some interview questions in the Google, you are going to type Java interview questions in the Google. In the Google, there are almost crores of records are available. Is the Google is giving all the records in the single page, or Google is not giving all the records in the single page? It is not giving all the records in the single page. It is giving you only 10 records. For the remaining records, it is giving the hyperlinks. It is giving the hyperlink. Now, when you click on the number 2, then it will retrieve some more records. 10 records. When you click on 3, it will retrieve some more records. So Google also using a REST API. But does that Google REST API retrieving all the records from the database, or it is retrieving only first 10 records from the database? It is retrieving only first 10 records from the database. That is called pagination. For your REST API also, if you want to improve the performance, then you need to implement such kind of pagination. Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how can I, sir, if I click on second page number, then once again my request go to at backend side and get.
Yeah. Yes, right. So for every page, request will go to backend.
Okay.
First, it will retrieve only first 10 records. When you click on number 2, one more request will go. Page number will go now. Based on the page number, we will retrieve. We already discussed in the data JPA. What is a pageable object?
But if they do filtering, at the time it will issue red code, sir.
What filtering?
So I am searching my name with Ashok.
Then for that one more method will be there. Now, if you want to give search name, based on the search text, you can execute one more query. Select a sort from table where name will like a given text.
Yes. For everyone, we need for every request, we need to go back end.
Yes, we have to hit the backend. When you have those thousands of records, lakhs of records, when you have, if you load 1 lakh records, unnecessarily memory will be wasted in the Java. Holding 10 lakh, 1 lakh records in the JVM, iterating 1 lakh records and converting another 1 lakh objects and storing, a lot of memory wastage will happen, right? That's why we will retrieve limited records, and whenever user want to see the next record, then we will make one more call and we will get the data. Okay?
Yeah, and I face one more interview question, sir. If my performance is low, then how can I find where is the performance is?
For your REST API, yeah?
Yeah.
If the performance is low, it's not depends upon one factor. Okay? If the performance is low, first thing you need to check from your code, are you writing any unnecessary loops? Nested loops are available that you have to avoid. That is the one thing that you need to check from the code. Second thing, from your code, are you making any database calls? You have to check it. How many database calls you are making? How much time the database query is taking to execute? Can we implement any cache concept without hitting the database? That is one improvement that we can do. Second one, what is the hardware that you are using for your server to run your server? What is the system configuration? How much RAM that is using? What is the network speed of your system where your server is running? N number of factors will be there to understand the performance issue. Okay. Code side you have to check. Database side you have to check. Server side you have to check. Network side you have to check. Then only you can come to a conclusion why the performance is slow. From a developer, what you can do? If there are any nested loops are available, you should try to avoid the nested loops in your program. That one improvement you can do. Second improvement, if you are making a database calls, try to use the cache. Instead of making a DB call, try to use the cache. Redis cache concept is upcoming topic for us. I will tell you how to improve the performance. As a developer, you can check only these two things: code, database calls, network speed, server side configurations, hardware. That networking team administrators will check it. Okay?
Yes. And they are asking if multi-level services are there. If any request is filed, how can I find which service is failing?
Logs you have to check.
Yes, sir. Last I told space ID, pass ID.
Are they using? You can ask them. What is the log monitoring they are doing? What is the log monitoring strategy they are following? If they are following a Splunk, everything you can find out in the Splunk. Got it?
Yeah. You find some third service we are getting issue, then how you resolve that issue?
Third party issue now. I developed my REST API. I am accessing a Google API. If Google API is failed, then what I will do? I will report to the respective team. I am unable to get the response from them, or I will write a fallback logic. We can't go to Google company and fix their issue, right? You are developing a client application. You are accessing one resource which is developed by some other company. If that company project is not responding, if the API, third-party API is failing, you need to have a fallback logic and you need to report to them that their API is not responding. Your service will be down because of them. You have to inform them, you have to talk to respective team regarding their failure.
Generally, they will provide JIRAs, right?
Yeah, so you have to raise a ticket for them.
Ticket for that, and I mean, anyone of the team, they will respond.
Exactly. You will raise a ticket, you will send a mail to the respective team of that company, then they will respond and they will look into that. Yeah.
No.
These questions, they are asking these questions to check your confidence. That's it. There is no solution for these questions. There is no correct answer. They will just check your real-time experience, whether you are genuine or fake. To test it, they ask these questions. Okay?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, next one, Deepak. Deepak Bule, what's your doubt? Deepak, Vinod, Sahu, Ritu Singh, Deva Prasad, and Sarita. Rituras. Yeah, one by one. Let me call one by one.
Shaku here.
Yeah. Sahu Maitre. Yeah, please tell me.
Yes. I just want to know, I go for one question. Why we go for second level cache as we will be having default cache?
No, I did not get your question. Can you come again?
Why we go for second level cache? Because we will be having first level cache already.
Okay, so you are asking about a hibernate question. When we are already having a first level cache, why we are going for the second level cache? First level cache is a session level cache. First level cache is just a session level cache. Second level cache is the application level cache.
Okay.
So when you go for first level cache, when you close the session, cache will be cleared. Second level cache is the session factory level cache. It will be available throughout your application.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one more question is how to develop the secure REST API.
Secure. One second.
Sure.
How to develop a secured REST API. So there are multiple ways to secure the REST APIs. One is basic authentication security will be available, and the second one is token based security will be available. That means now let me give you a basic overview. Let me give you basic overview. Here, this is my REST API. This is my REST API. I had developed it. Now, you are the client for me. You are the client for me. Okay, this is a client application. Whenever you are sending a request for my API, I will ask you to send one token. Okay, you are just sending a request. What I will tell you is, Sahu, whenever you are sending a request to my REST API, please send me one token, that is username is equal to some ABC in the request. I will tell you, this is my token, I will tell you. You send me the token in the request. I will verify with the token that you have sent. If the token is matching, then I will process your request. Otherwise, I will not process your request. That is token based security. Like this, we can secure.
One more question, sir. Actually, I got selected. I'm very thank you for your classes and your very good explanation for all the topics. I've been working for last 4 years, but I didn't get much clarity in all these topics. With attending your classes, I got full clarity on all the topics. So I cleared 4 to 5. I got selected into 4 to 5 countries, and my highest package is 23 LPA.
And how much?
23 LPA.
23 LPA. Wow.
Yes, sir. Before your classes, I tried. I was not able to get at least double of my height, but now I got third, means 300 height, 300% height.
Okay, so, Sahu Maitre, 23 LPA, 20 LPA?
23 LPA.
23 LPA, very good.
Yes.
Congratulations, Sahu. It's very good package.
Thank you, sir. I have confused everything. I confused which company to join. So I have offer of emphasis and Tech Mahindra. So among them, which to join, I'm little bit confused. So which can you guide me, which will be the good for me?
Emphasis and Tech Mahindra.
And MDocs.
MDocs.
Yes.
Go for MDocs.
Okay. Thank
It's
you.
a prod-based company, Pune-based company.
Yes.
Yeah, you can go for MDocs.
Okay. Thank you.
Good, Sahu. Good job. Also, please send me a message. So I want to release you guys posters because Amit Gatke got 19.8 lakhs package. Sahu Maitre 23 lakhs package, man. I want to release you posters for this.
Sure. Sure, I'll put the
Good. Thank you, Sahu.
Thank you, sir.
Next, Dev Prasad, what is your doubt?
Sir, hi, sir. Vinod here.
Yeah, hi, Vinod.
Hi, sir. Same question I have because I have 3-year experience for the genuine. Okay. But I have 2-year gap. So will I consider add for a experience or go for the 3 years?
you have 3 years experience and you have 2 years gap.
Yeah, but mostly asking for the interview time, what 2 year experience. I'm starting for 2 years. So most of the interviewers are not during my interview.
यार 3 years पहले आप काम किया था, 2 साल से आप काम नहीं कर रहे हैं.
नहीं, अभी कंटिन्यू 2 साल से कर रहा हूँ. स्टार्टिंग में 2 साल में नहीं किया था. स्टार्टिंग में मैं पास आउट 2016 का, मेरे को जॉब 2019.
वो प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं होगा ना. आप बोल सकते हो मैं 2 साल नॉन आईटी का जॉब किया था, उसके बाद मुझे वो अच्छा नहीं लगा, इसलिए मैं आईटी को स्विच हो गया बोल के बोल सकते हैं आप.
बट आई नीड पैकेज सर ना.
हाँ, वो भी. I mean that's generally sir, if you have a gap in the starting stage of your career, that's not a problem. That's not a problem. Definitely they should recruit you because you are currently working. Yeah, then that should not be an issue, man. You need to communicate them properly. You have some non-IT job. Once your graduation completed, you got the non-IT job. You worked in the non-IT for 2 years. There is no growth. There is no high good salary. That's why my friend suggested me to join in the IT. So I have learned some course and I got the job as a fresher and I am working in the IT now from last 2 years or 3 years. वो बोल सकता है, अच्छे से उसको संभालना पड़ेगा. Then that's not an issue actually. Even I am also having a 1 year gap after my career. I mean after my graduation completed to get my job. Yeah, that's not an issue, sir.
So, but मैं सोच रहा था थोड़ा मतलब 2 साल का फेक लगा कि 5 ईयर में मतलब अच्छा पैकेज मिलेगा.
हाँ, वो भी कर सकते हैं आप. अब आपको 3 साल एक्सपीरियंस है, पुराना 2 साल का गैप है, वो 2 साल को थोड़ा फेक एक्सपीरियंस बना दे, आप 5 साल का एक्सपीरियंस डाल, आपको भी 20 लाख पैकेज मिलेगा.
Yes sir.
Good. Did you attend any interview recently?
But sir, planning sir, data structure done हो चुका है मेरा, और ये Docker, Kubernetes and microservices also.
Okay.
Microservices में ही है मेरे को backend developer, so I'm thinking next month April starting for interview.
Okay. So is this course helping you in your company?
Yes sir, a lot. Yeah.
Very good, sir. Good job. Thank you. Yeah, next one, Prasad, Dev Prasad.
Sir, actually, I was in our project. What's happening? Endpoint Postman URL. Postman tool is not working. So due to some issues, we are not able to access. So can we do the same thing using PowerShell?
Yeah, you can do that. I mean, by using PowerShell, you can execute a curl command.
Yes, using curl.
Yeah.
There will be on the post office. There will be 2 symbols. We have to get the data from that, all the format, and then executing one by one, line by line, right?
Yes, right. You can do that.
While executing, it is telling that some libraries are not there, these are not there. So it is giving a lot of problems, sir.
In the company. And one thing, Dev Prasad, I have a question here. So why the issue is coming with Postman? What is the reason?
Postman issue is admin is blocking due to security reasons.
In your company?
Yes.
No. So you are testing a REST API which is developed by some third party or your own API?
Our own API.
Then it should not be blocked because API is also running in your system. Postman is also running in your system. Then why that is getting blocked?
Blocked due to technical problems, sir. Actually, what's happening is before hitting that endpoint URL, we have to generate the token.
Okay.
Generating the token, we have an app called Gscaler.
अभी समझ में आया भैया.
Gscaler will be down.
I got it because in my company also Gscaler is available.
So yeah.
So then can you add a Swagger and you can test it from the Swagger? No?
So yes, Swagger they have not configured. They are not having the Swagger URL.
You just configure it easily, ना? वो easy हो जाएगा. वो testing करने के लिए.
Testing करना.
Okay, that is one thing, and or else you can ask because your API is there. In order to access your API, you need to send a token. The token is generating from the Gscaler.
Yes.
You can request your management because you are a developer. You are working as a developer in the project. So connecting to the Gscaler, generating the token, ये आपका time waste हो जाता है ना पूरा. You need to convey this message to your management because we are doing this development in the local. In the local, please remove all these permissions so that we can do the development and testing quickly.
Okay.
You need to talk to your manager and you need to get the respective approval so that they will disable that for the local environment. For IR environment, if they configure, that makes a sense. But if they configure all these permissions, tokens, JScaler, VPNs for the local environment, it's a waste of developer time. You modify some code, आपको टेस्ट करने के लिए 1 घंटा लगेगा.
हाँ, बहुत टाइम लेता है. वो Zscaler चलता ही रहता है. कभी Zscaler को रिस्टार्ट करना पड़ेगा और पूरा
नेटवर्क, if some network is down, Zscaler will be reconnected.
Reconnecting, हाँ.
वो बहुत प्रॉब्लम देता है. आप मैनेजर से बात करो. I am facing lot of issues with the Zscaler. Please provide straightforward environment in the local so that we can easily test it. आप रिक्वेस्ट रेज कर सकते हैं.
मैंने पूछा था, वो बोल रहा है कि ये क्लाइंट का एनवायरनमेंट है, इसी से करना पड़ेगा हमको. दूसरा
क्लाइंट के एनवायरनमेंट क्यों होता है? आप लोकल डेवलपमेंट लोकल में करते हैं ना आप.
डेवलपमेंट पर वो नहीं सुन रहा है.
देखिए एक बार स्वैगर कॉन्फ़िगर करके देखो क्या होगा.
ठीक है.
Swagger UI is there na, we can easily test it.
Yes. And then one more thing, sir. We have a requirement. So we have a configuration settings. So one Tomcat server, one embedded Tomcat server that we use. We are about to generate email alerts.
Okay.
Email alerts like, say, suppose if a student is not come to the class. So for that, email will be generated and sent to the parent. So similarly, per day, the threshold of generating that thing is 10 lakh emails need to be configured. So our one Tomcat server, how many Tomcat servers can hold this 10 lakh job, 10 lakh emails?
No, I'm trying to understand the business logic first. You have a Tomcat server. In the Tomcat server, your application is running. From that application, you have to send the 10 lakh emails.
Yes.
So why? One Tomcat server also can do this.
No, we have a complex logic.
Okay, maybe your logic is difficult, complex logic. Now, can you tell me one thing? How much time it is taking to send one email?
From front end to back end, it is taking 5 milliseconds.
For one email?
Yeah.
Then you can do that by using one server. Then no need to go for multiple servers. Na? 5 milliseconds for one email. Then in your API, the Tomcat server is running, right?
Yes.
You just develop a multi-threading logic to send the emails. 20 threads you can develop. Within 5 milliseconds, you can send 20 emails.
20 emails.
Yeah, multi-threading concept you have to implement there. Because if you are sending 10,000 emails one after other, it will take a lot of time.
Okay.
So whatever the logic you have to send the, let me show you, give me some clarity there. Yeah, suppose for example, sir, let's take that you have a method called process method. In the major project, in the Java real-time project, last Sunday only I have explained this topic. Send email. This is your method. Process method which is used to send the email for one person. Let me take it string email ID as a parameter. This is one person email ID. You have a logic to send the email. Whatever the complex logic you want, you can write it here. That's my point.
Yes.
Now, maybe your current logic is like this. Get emails which you want to send. List of string emails are available. Okay. You got the pending emails from the DB which you want to send. Then what you will do? For loop string email of emails. Inside this, you might be calling process method with one email. Am I right?
Yes.
This is wrong. This is why it is taking more time for you. This is the sequential implementation you have done. So what happened here? 10 lakh emails it is getting. One by one, you are looping by using your for loop. Then it is sending the email. So first email, it will call the process method. After the first email is sent, then only it will take the second email, it will send. After the second email, then only it will take the third email, it will send. Okay, you should not do this logic. If you do this, it will take more time. Then what you need to do? You need to execute this process method by creating a thread. Now, let's create a thread pool. Let's create a thread pool with 20 threads here. From this thread pool, you need to take one thread, and you need to submit this process method to a thread. Okay. So as it is taking 5 milliseconds to process one email, 20 threads if you start, 20 threads will process 20 emails at a time. That means within 5 milliseconds, 20 emails will be sent.
Yes, sir.
I will give you one video also, sir. I have explained that concept in my project batch.
Okay. So they were asking about how many servers, how many Tomcat servers.
It's not about servers. We don't need to use servers. One server is sufficient.
They were asking about does one server is sufficient, or do we need two or
one server is sufficient? One server is sufficient. You just go through this video which I have given.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
You complete whatever your requirement is there. That is what we have implemented in the Java real-time project.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, good. Yeah, next. Yeah, yes, sir.
Sir, tomorrow office available, are you? That Amirpet.
Yeah, okay. You want to meet me?
Yes, we want. At what
okay.
time, sir?
You can come by 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock. I have a scrum at 11:30, sir.
11:30 to?
11:30 to 12:15.
हाँ ठीक है, आप 1 o'clock तक आ सकते हो उधर.
हाँ, कब तक रहेंगे?
मैं उधर 2 बजे तक रहता हूँ सर.
हाँ, I'll come.
ठीक है. You know address ना?
I don't know address, sir.
You don't know or you know?
I don't know, sir.
You don't know. In our website you can find that. It's
okay,
nearby Sonabai Temple in Amirpet.
Okay, sir.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Yeah, next one. Who is having doubt, guys?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hi, sir. Deepak.
Yeah. Sir, I don't have any question. I do have request for 14 SBMS. When you will take the data JPA?
Yes, sir. Data JPA most probably from next week it will start, sir.
Okay.
From next week I will start the data JPA.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah. Guys, for 14 SBMS people, data JPA classes morning at 6 o'clock. Is it okay for you? Or you want me to take one weekend? How you are comfortable? Saturday, Sunday? Or regular classes daily morning 6 a.m.?
Morning is okay, Ashok.
Morning 6 a.m. is okay, na?
Yeah.
Very good. Then I will give you the details, guys. For 14 SBMS, we have a group also. Morning 6 o'clock, I will conduct the classes for you on the data JPA. It will take almost 7. If you take regular classes, it will take 1 week of time to complete the data JPA. If anybody having a constraint to attend the morning classes, I will give the data JPA videos. I think there are 10 videos available. If you want to go with the videos, I don't have a problem. I will share it. If you want to attend the regular classes, you can attend. Anything is fine for me. But for all of you, I will give the access for the live classes. You can attend the live session. If anybody is not interested to attend the live, want to complete the videos, then I will give you the videos also. Most probably from next Monday, we will start the data JPA at morning 6 a.m. Got it? Yeah, Zoom link, I will share it, guys. I will share it. I will share the Zoom link with you. In the 14 SBMS group, our team will call and inform you also about the Zoom link and the details for the data JPA.
Ashok, one more thing. Like, can we join AWS course now?
AWS course, sir, a new batch is starting at 7 p.m. because in the AWS main thing is you need to have the Linux knowledge. Linux classes already completed. Today I have started shell scripting for them.
Okay, evening?
Yeah, evening, 8 p.m. 7 p.m. one more batch is starting for DevOps with AWS. First Linux, then AWS, then DevOps.
Okay, I think 7 p.m. We have Scrum call. Okay, I mean 8 p.m. is not.
In the 8 p.m. In the 8 p.m. Linux already completed. If you want to listen only AWS, you can join.
Okay, sure. I will contact admin person.
Yeah, sure. Fine. Rubena, what's your doubt? Ritu Singh, what's your doubt? Dayamani, I think your doubt is clarified. Ritu Singh? Sarita?
Yeah,
what is your
hi,
doubt?
sir.
Yeah, hi Sarita.
Hi, sir.